Mimo notices another presence nearby. The presence belongs to the mystery girl, who has used a special technique belonging to her tribe to summon a spiritual armor to protect herself. She can also feel Mimo's presence and tell that someone really powerful is nearby, but the vibe they give off is quite uncertain. The girl doesn't want to leave things to chance, so she swings her sword around, cutting through a bush where Piggy was hiding. Just then, Mimo arrives behind her and paralyzes her. She stutters as she asks what does he want, and he says that he just wants information because he is new to this area and knows nothing about it. The girl asks him about the 4 bandits, and Mimo asks if they are her comrades. She refuses, and he believes that she is telling the truth because she is not oozing out evil intent like them. He removes the paralyzed skill just from her head so that she can talk freely, and warns her not to try anything funny or he will kill her. Mimo comes in front of the girl and clearly tells her that because of a lot of reasons, he doesn't trust anyone, much less strangers he is meeting for the first time. Before he can start questioning her, the girl asks him what happened to the 4 bandits. Mimo tells her that he killed all of them, and the girl can't believe it, because the bunch of thugs was apparently known for being really strong. She asks Mimo if he fought the 4 of them alone or if he received help, but he refuses to give her any details. The girl believes that Mimo is not a bad guy, so she decides to trust him and says that she will answer any question he asks honestly. Mimo also starts trusting her a bit more because of her cooperative attitude, but it is not enough to free her. They begin talking, and Mimo learns that right now, he is not in the Alien Kingdom, but in the forest of the Urza Kingdom to the south. He learns a lot of things, and then finally asks the girl if she can read the forbidden spell scroll. She can only tell him that it is written in a rather special type of ancient script which almost no one can read. However, she knows someone who can. She tells Mimo about a person called the Forbidden Witch, who was banished from her homeland because she was deemed too dangerous because of her excessive knowledge. The girl tells Mimo that if he wants to meet the witch, he should go to the Golden Demon Zone, which is a dangerous area in the middle of the continent. Mimo thanks the girl for all the valuable info, and she thanks him in return because he saved her from the bandits. Mimo says that the information makes it even, and the girl wishes him the best of luck. He thinks that she is too honest and innocent for her own good, which reminds him of his aunt. Anyway, he decides to take his leave after telling the girl that the paralysis spell will come undone in a few minutes, and then she can go on her way. Piggy also hops behind Mimo, and then climbs on his shoulder. They talk about how it is unlikely that the girl may attack them once she is freed from the paralyzed spell, but Mimo still wants his slime partner to watch his back just in case, and he is eager to help in any way he can. Mimo soon reaches a small town called Mills, and the female knight on guard duty is rather nosy about his business. She thinks that he is a country bumpkin from somewhere who came here to work as a mercenary and raid some ruins. However, she gives him the permission to go inside, because the lord of the town has given orders to let all mercenaries inside, especially those who plan to raid the ruins. Mimo thanks her as he heads inside, and thinks that the security is very lax here because they didn't even check his luggage or ask for an identification document, but that works out in his favor. He soon reaches an inn, where a grumpy old man receives him. He is not friendly to Mimo initially, but just as he shows him a silver coin, the man begins acting like his personal attendant. He asks for his name, and Mimo adopts the fake name Hattie to stay at the inn. At night, he takes a walk around the town to find that it is quite peaceful, even though there are a lot of outsiders and mercenaries here. He finds that they have all the shops one would expect from a town of this scale in an Isekai anime, and there is also an adventurer's guild. Once Mimo collects all the info he can before heading back to the inn and eats some food. He keeps pretending that the food is delicious even though it is not as per his taste. He keeps his keen ears pointed at the drunk men sitting on the table beside him so that he can gather some information about this world. The drunk men are talking about the strongest knight orders in the continent. One of them talks about the holy knights under the mad Emperor Falcon who have never lost a war. Other men name other popular knight orders, and they believe that the magic knights of their Urza kingdom are not inferior to them in any way. However, all the men unanimously believe that the strongest knight order in the continent is the Black Dragon Knights, who burnt down the holy kingdom of Nia in record time. They begin fanboying over the strength of the Black Dragon Knights, who also have the strongest hero killer in the world among them. Mimo has heard enough, so he takes his leave, and takes along some food to feed his pet slime Piggy. While the slime is eating rice, Mimo begins formulating a plan for future. He thinks that first, he should find the person who can read the forbidden magic spell for him. He recalls that the girl in the forest told him to meet the forbidden witch in the Golden Demon Zone. Before that, he plans to use a strengthening agent to increase Piggy's strength. Suddenly, he recalls that the drunk men were also talking about a newly found layer of ruins in their territory, which has attracted mercenaries from all over the place, and the town is thriving. Mimo thinks that he can find the Skeleton King's bones in the ruins, which are the most important part in creating the strengthening agent. So the next morning, he joins the rest of the mercenaries who plan to raid the ruins. They are greeted by Marquis Creed, who is the lord of this region. Creed tells everyone about a new lair that has been found in the mill's ruins, and declares a reward of 300 gold coins for anyone who discovers the ultimate treasure of the ruins called the Cup of the Dragon's Eye. He promises to buy all the loot from the dungeon at a high price, and tells the mercenaries that they can keep the drops from monsters to themselves. The registration process starts with that, and Mimo's attention goes to a douchebag noble called Flash trying to hit on a girl who has covered herself with a hood. She asks him what he wants, and Flash remarks that her voice sounds like a certain leader of the Holy Knight Army of the ruined kingdom of Nia. His words create a wave of gossips among other mercenaries who wonder if the Night Princess of Nia is really here, because she has a huge bounty on her head. The douchebag keeps flirting with the woman aggressively, telling her that even her jugs are the same size as the elf princess who once refused his offer to have dinner with him. The woman tells him that he has got the wrong person, so he asks her to remove her hood and prove that she is a human and not an elf. He is confident that once he takes off her hood, her pointy ears will reveal that she is an elf, and since he already recalls the face of the elf princess, he will be able to claim the bounty on her head. However, when he removes the hood, the girl has normal human-shaped ears, and Flash is taken aback. Mimo recognizes the girl as the same one he met in the forest, but he doesn't interfere in her matters because she sends the douchebag running away in humiliation by herself. After that, Mimo heads to the store to buy some equipment, but he crosses the hooded girl who recognizes him. She approaches him and begins talking about the raid. Mimo warns her to be careful about how she deals with douchebags because the man from earlier may come to hurt her out of spite. She replies that she doesn't care, and explains that she deliberately acts rude to people so that they leave her alone. Mimo then asks the girl for her help in buying some tools for the ruin exploration, because he fears that he may get ripped off. He promises to pay her for her services, and the girl gladly takes the offer because she is in need of money. She shakes hands with Mimo, introducing herself as Mist, and he realizes that it is a fake name. He introduces himself as Hattie too, but explains that he also has some circumstances like her, which is why he is also using a fake name. Mist helps Mimo buy some good equipment, and he gives her 3 silver coins for her advice, which are more than she was expecting. She thanks him and starts leaving, but she suddenly collapses because of exhaustion. Mimo notices the dark circles under her eyes as he supports her, but Mist tells him that she just needs some rest and runs away. The next day, Mimo heads into the mill's ruins, and immediately finds some mercenaries running away from a demon calf that is the young version of the minotaurs Mimo fought in the previous ruins. He paralyzes and poisons the demon and then finishes it with his short sword. Meanwhile, the mercenaries call their senior to defeat the demon calf, and they are astonished to see that it has been defeated by someone using just one stab of a short sword. Unbothered by this, Mimo makes his way inside the ruins and finds that the demons here are not even a threat to him. On his way, he suddenly overhears the asshole named Flash asking 2 rugged mercenaries to help him kill Mist, because he can't bear to let anyone who humiliates him stay alive. He plans to torture her thoroughly before killing her, and then feed her to the demons. Mimo is disgusted by the way the filth of this world thinks, so he comes out of hiding to deal with them. Flash and his underlings get ready to finish him, and Mimo tries to test them by apologizing and saying that he will keep everything he heard a secret. Flash has no intention of letting him live, but just as he attacks, Mimo paralyzes him and his goons. He poisons them while they are paralyzed, and it feels oddly refreshing to get rid the world of filth like them. Mimo starts walking away, and Flash curses him, saying that he will get his revenge, but Mimo was leaving them alive only because some powerful demons were heading their way anyway. The demons eat the paralyzed jerks, and Mimo heads deeper into the ruins without any weight on his consciousness. He decides to take a small nap before heading to the deeper floors, and Piggy keeps watch as he sleeps. Mimo then heads deeper into the ruins, leaving dead monsters in his wake. Because of this, he is cornered by an experienced adventure party called Saber-Toothed Tigers. Their leader Lily and vice leader Foes say that they couldn't even find the cause of the monster's death, so they suspect that some extremely powerful enemy is present here. That is why they are planning to return to the surface to ensure their safety, and they only stopped Mimo to ask if he would like to come with them. He thanks them for their concern and keeps going ahead. He thinks that if he kills more demons and leave them scattered, even more mercenaries will get out of the ruins, and he will have better chances at getting what he wants. Eventually, he reaches the room where the Dragon Eye Cup is placed. Mimo notices a dragon statue behind it, and he has seen enough anime to know that the thing is going to attack him if he takes the cup. So he paralyzes and poisons it in advance, and then takes the cup as the monster dies. Just as he turns around, he finds Mist there, who is surprised to see that someone reached the room before her. She says that sleeping for a couple of hours costed her the grand prize, but to her surprise, Mimo has no problem handing over the cup to her. Mist is flabbergasted and asks what should she pay for it, but Mimo tells her that she can keep it because the persona he is wearing right now is extremely naive and susceptible, especially when pretty girls are involved. Mist can't take something worth 300 gold coins for free because it hurts her honor, but Mimo keeps telling her that he doesn't need the cup or money. He begins fiddling with the platform and opens a secret passage leading deeper into the dungeon. He tells the girl that what he wants is deep inside the next floor, and he used the recruitment offer just to get here. Mist suddenly offers to be his bodyguard to the next floor as a way to pay him for the cup. She is insistent that she will be helpful to him, and after thinking for a while Mimo agrees to take her along. He lays out two conditions. Firstly, she will not poke her nose into his personal circumstances, and second, he cannot guarantee that they will come out of the ruins soon. Mist immediately agrees and swears to protect him even with her life. They soon run into a creepy plant monster with golden eyes, and Mist makes quick work of it with her sword skills. Mimo applauds her, and then asks her about the golden-eyed demons. She replies that the golden-eyed demons are said to have a lot of experience points, and they help heroes from the other world level up quickly. She also adds that the otherworldly heroes can't get experience from killing humans, and thus they need to keep killing demons to level up. Mist also explains that it is said that a special magic element released by the Demon King is what turns normal creatures and demons into golden-eyed variants, making them more powerful and ferocious. This makes Mimo thinks about Kiri, the golden hero, and he gets an eerie feeling that his power may somehow be connected to all this. Soon, they come to a resting zone, and Mist says that she feels the presence of a monster nearby. Mimo realizes that it must be Piggy, so he brings the slime out and introduces it to Mist. They immediately become friends, and then Mimo asks her to take a nap because she badly needs it. She reluctantly agrees and lays on the bed, when suddenly, Piggy starts dancing in front of her. Mist is distracted, and using that chance, Mimo puts her to sleep with his skills. To his surprise, Mist suddenly glows and returns to her normal form, which is that of an elf. Mimo always had a hunch, but now he is certain that Mist is actually Siraz, the Princess Knight of the Holy Kingdom of Nia. Far away from them, in the forest where Mimo killed the 4 bandits pursuing Mist, the leader of the Black Dragon Knights is looking at the scene of carnage. He believes that Mist defeated the 4 powerful bandits herself, and he thinks that he will have fun fighting her the next time they meet. The next day as Mist wakes up, her transformation skill automatically activates, making her look like a normal human. She panics thinking that Mimo might have seen her, but feels relieved when she sees him sleeping on the floor. Piggy comes up to her and starts squeaking, and Mimo takes this as a cue to stop pretending to be asleep. They start their journey into the dungeon after that, and upon sensing the entire floor rumble and shake, they decide to run away. Suddenly, a giant monster breaks through the wall next to them, and Mist recognizes it as the Skeleton King. Mimo can tell that it is the boss monster of this dungeon because it is much stronger than any demon they faced. However, Mist knows that the odd-looking bone under its chin is its weak point, and if they just break it, they will win. Mist believes that normal mercenaries stand no chance against the Skeleton King, but together, they might believe it. The Skeleton King seems to consider Mist a greater threat than Mimo, and he has no problem with that. Mist suddenly starts activating her power, telling Mimo that she needs to use it to defeat the boss monster, but she also needs to keep it a secret from the world. She asks him to keep her secret as a special armor appears on her body. The Skeleton King begins charging an energy blast, and Mist tells Mimo that in case she can't beat it, he should immediately run away. However, he takes action before her by paralyzing the boss monster with his skill. Mist is confused, but as Mimo casts the poison spell on the demon, she suddenly realizes that he is the man she met in the forest. Soon, the Skeleton King dies because of the poison, and then Mimo gets the bones that are needed to create the strengthening potion. He takes one look at Mist and realizes that her mind is full of question, so he promises to answer her questions once they get to the surface. They start walking back, when suddenly, Piggy alerts Mimo about something inside the Skeleton King's body. Mimo begins searching for it and finds a small bundle inside the demon's chest cavity. As soon as he takes the bundle in his hand, it starts to glow, and a strange symbol appears on it. On opening the bundle, Mimo finds a strange egg, but Piggy seems to be insistent about wanting it, so he decides to carry it with him. Far away from them, Mimo's classmates have also entered their first dungeon. Some students run away as skeleton knights begin chasing them, while a girl sits on the floor and cries over her severed arm. Her friend tries helping her, but they get attacked by the monsters. Everyone escapes somehow, and Aya stands in front of the monsters, determined to stop them. However, before she can do anything, Sho and Kiri attack the monsters and defeat them in one go. But Kiri uses his attack without concern for his classmates, and Aya has to shield them. Kiri is proud of his strength and reveals that he is level 24 now. Back in the dungeon city, Mimo and Mist reach the surface, where Mist presents the dragon eye cup to the guards. As everyone's attention is drawn to the ultimate treasure of the dungeon, Mimo silently takes his leave. Mist follows him and informs him that she will get her reward from the Lord tomorrow in a public ceremony. Mimo asks if she is free till then, and on getting a positive answer, he asks Mist to come to his room at night so that they can talk about some things. She understands, and then grabs his hand just as he is leaving to thank him for the cup again. At night, Mimo is creating the strengthening agent when Mist shows up on his door. Mimo tells her that he wants to hire her as his escort for the rest of his journey. He says that with the reward money from the cups she is well set, but he still wants to hire her. He is just trying to make her feel indebted to him by mentioning the cup, even though he doesn't like this tactic. Mimo then shows her a map, telling her that he wants to reach the Golden Demon Zone at the center of the continent to meet the Forbidden Witch. He claims that since there are many powerful monsters there, he needs someone skilled to fight by his side, and Mist is the only one he can trust. Mist seems uncertain about going to the dangerous area, and Mimo tells her that she can take her time to think about it. He then suddenly calls her by her real name, Ceres, and she responds out of habit. Only after that does she realize that she got played. Mimo apologizes to her about it, but reveals that he used his skill to put her to sleep in the dungeon, so he knows her secret. He claims that he needs her as a precious asset, which is why he won't sell her out. He knew that the thing that bothered her the most about traveling with him was her secret, but now it is out in the open. Mist also stops hiding her secrets and says that she can hide her real form with the help of spirits, but they need her to sleep to replenish their power, and she returns to her original self in that time. She reveals her original form to Mimo, saying that she trusts him now. In response, he also tells her his real name, so that they are even. She agrees to join him as his escort, and Mimo gives her one of the blue crystals he found in the first dungeon as her payment. Mist freaks out on seeing it, because the crystal is actually a rare item called Blue Dragon Stone that is not circulated in the market anymore. Just this piece is worth more than the reward she got from turning in the cup to the Lord. She refuses to take something so precious and returns it to Mimo, who thinks that she is too good-natured for her own good. He takes the stone from her and then tosses it back to her, saying that it belongs to her now, and she can just throw it if she doesn't want it. She reluctantly accepts it, and then tries telling Mimo about her backstory and the people who are still on hunt for her. However, he claims that he is not interested in her past, because as her employer, the only thing he cares about is her abilities. The next day, as they have breakfast together, the people in the inn begin saying nasty things about them. Mimo tells Mist to ignore them, and then asks what she knows about forbidden spells. She tells him that it was Goddess Visai who banned some ancient spells and classified them as forbidden spells. Mimo thinks that if the goddess banned them, the spells might be dangerous for her. He thanks Mist for the info, and she blushes because it is the first time he has thanked her openly. After that, Mist leaves to get her rewards, while Mimo goes to the forest to enhance Piggy with the strengthening medicine. On Mist's end, she finds herself out of place at a party full of nobles and rich men. It is getting too late, and she has not yet received her reward. Just then, the Lord calls out a famous magician who can break illusions as a show for his guests. Mist is worried that she might be caught, and seeing that she is late, Mimo also begins suspecting foul play. Back to his classmates, Aya visits Goddess Visai to inquire about treatment for the girl who lost her hand. Visai says that she healed the girl only because she was a B-rank hero. She then asks Aya if she is not joining Kiri's group, and tries to manipulate her into thinking that it is selfish of her to not partner with another S-rank hero. Despite being attacked by such manipulation techniques, Aya stays firm and says that she cannot work with Kiri at the moment. She swears to fulfill her duties as an S-rank hero herself, and on hearing this, Visai says that she will let all the students who could not pass the first trial with her so that she can train them. Aya panics and reminds the goddess that they made a deal that those students will be left unbothered if she fights on their behalf. But the goddess says that she got an order from the king, so she has no choice. She tells Aya that if she doesn't take the losers with her, they will be disposed of, and Aya has no other choice but to accept Visai's order now. On Mimo's side, he thinks that either Mist has betrayed them and ran away after receiving the prize money, or something has happened to her. The first option seems unlikely, so he decides to meet her, and on the way, he hears people talking that the girl who got the cup turned out to be the wanted elf princess. They say that she ran into the forest after her secret was discovered, but it won't save her, because the Black Dragon Knights are on her trail. Just then, 3 dragons appear in the sky and head towards the forest, where Mist is trying to run away. One of the Dragon Knights attacks her, and Mist first tries uses her spirit magic to bring it down with an aerial slash. She enchants her sword to defeat the second and the third Dragon Knight too. She is tired by fighting them despite them being low-ranking knights. Just then, a spear comes towards her, and she blocks it. A dragon is charging towards her, but Mist realizes that it is a decoy, and the real enemy is in front of her. So she rushes ahead and clashes swords with a high-ranking knight named Gizun, who tells her that she is going to die here. Mist can't use her spirit armor to fight at full strength because of the illusion-breaking spell earlier, and Gizun keeps pushing her back as he reveals that he got orders from a certain person to kill her on sight rather than capturing her alive. However, he plans to have some fun with her before killing her. He keeps pushing Mist back, and when she loses balance and falls, he kicks away her sword before pouncing on her. Luckily, Mimo arrives there just in time and paralyzes Gizun and his dragon. Mist gets out of her situation and asks him what is he doing here, while Mimo puts non-lethal poison on the knight. He puts Gizun to sleep before talking with Mist, and reminds her that they can't talk about private stuff when others are present. He tells her that he came back to pick her up, but she tells him that she cannot accept his job offer now, because he will also be pursued by the Dragon Knights if he is with her. She tries to return the blue dragon stone to him as well, but he gets irritated by that and throws a pouch full of dragon stones back at her. Mist is perplexed on receiving it, and Mimo tells her that he cannot find a better escort than her, and neither can he be bothered with trying. He then abruptly asks her to undress, and Mist wonders if she heard that right. Mimo looks at her annoyed that she isn't understanding what he wants, and tells her that everyone recognized her because of her attire, and she needs to change into something else to throw off the trail. He then tells her that he needs her to find the Witch of the Woods, as he must know what these forbidden spells are, and she might even help her hide her identity better. He then moves towards Gizun and removes the sleep spell before asking him who the hell sent him to kill Mist. Gizun looks up at him wondering when he would die, but Mimo promises him that if he reveals the truth, he will be spared and Mimo would remove the poison spell. Gizun decides to reveal the secret as he also wanted to see how the elf princess would react to this.